Thank you
Great.
so much. Awesome. Thank you so much for joining us today and taking the time out of your day. A couple notes that I do want to point out. So if you are not speaking, this is just Zoom best practices. If you guys could just mute while we're presenting, you can mute yourselves down at the bottom left-hand corner. That's that little mic. Also, once we start our Q&A portion of the presentation, if y'all feel free to unmute yourselves if you have a question, or feel free to drop your question in the chat. It's also in the bottom bar of your Zoom screen. It's the little chat bubble. And without further ado, let's get this event started. My name is Diva Didios. Hello, our Facebook viewers as well. If you're joining us on Facebook, my name is Diva Didios. I'm the marketing strategist, and I will hand it over to the team to introduce themselves.
Hi, everyone. I'm Danita Bearden, and I'm the Director of Operations.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Haley Hoppy. I'm the Director of Engagement.
Hey guys, I'm Reggie White. I'm a solution specialist with Think Data Solutions and a part of the instruction team for the data analytics program.
And hey guys, I'm Taylor Abney. I am a data analyst also with Think Data, and I do most of the instruction for the data analytics class.
Hey y'all, I'm Jake Lovett. I am a TA for the web dev class.
Hey guys, I'm Garrett Harris. I'm the other TA for web dev.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Carlton Lewis. I'm the lead on the professional development part of Innovate Birmingham.
Good morning, guys. I'm Kayla King, and I'm the Director of Admissions for Innovate Birmingham.
Good morning, everyone. I'm having difficulties with my camera, so just give me a second. But I am Brandy McGee, and I am the Senior Case Manager.
Awesome. Thanks, y'all. We are super excited to share our program with any interested applicants out there. And further ado, let me go ahead and do that. All right. So to start off with this presentation, let's start by hearing from a few alums about their experience at IB. So right here is just a few statements. And this actually right here is a really large part of why Innovate Birmingham is here, providing opportunity and giving individuals that second shot at a better quality of life while working to fill the demand of our tech ecosystem in Birmingham. And so hearing statements like these, it really makes every second of what we do totally worth it. And we couldn't be more proud of our graduates. All right. I will hand it over to Danita now to tell you a little bit more about Innovate Birmingham.
Hey, Diva. The slides aren't progressing, so we're still on the first slide.
Oh, okay. Interesting. One second, y'all. Can y'all see that now?
Yes, we can see.
Okay.
Perfect.
Sorry about that.
Okay.
All right. Handing it over to Danita. Can you see the next slide? The story of Innovate Birmingham.
Yes, we see it. Thank you. So thank you again, everyone, for joining us. I am here to just share a little bit about the purpose of Innovate Birmingham. As you can see, the slide just states exactly what I'm going to talk about. It starts with the people that we serve. Innovate Birmingham was founded to create or to bridge the gaps between the tech industry jobs that were needed and providing opportunity for people to be able to choose their dream jobs or change positions or gain employment, right? So our job is to, number one, create the opportunity for you to move into the tech space, but also dispel the notion that there's a specific career path that you need to take in order to be an asset to the workforce. So again, like Innovate Birmingham, like I said, Innovate Birmingham was started to solve two problems, right? There was 5,300 IT jobs that were available, and we have over 26,000 disconnected youth and underemployed and unemployed individuals in Birmingham. So our whole point is to provide the opportunity that's not obviously created equally in our society, but to dispel, like I said, the notion that you have to go to a 4-year institution or a certain path or have a certain amount of experience to be valuable. And we'll talk more about our employer partners and how we are bridging that gap as well. To give you, because we're in the COVID times, I think it's important that we talk about exactly how we have continued to pivot. In March of 2020, we were able to move our operations completely online. I want to give a special kudos to our staff for pivoting quickly, looking at our opportunities and the things that we needed to do to fill the gaps to going virtual. And just a note, we will be virtual until further notice. We have been able to implement everything that we need to be able to continue to provide the services and the curriculums needed. So again, I'm so proud of our staff because at the same time we've pivoted, we're still able to not only provide the instruction, but also continue to provide supportive services that allow us to remove barriers to success in our program. Engaging with you. One of the things that we did a lot of research and gathered feedback is that you have to continue to be engaged. And so we use our platforms that are available, obviously Zoom, Discord, Microsoft Teams, and LinkedIn to continue to engage with our candidates and continue to make sure that we're available as much as possible. We've learned, and you all know in this COVID-19 reality that we're in, communication is key. And so we do a good job, I believe, within our staff as well as within our candidates to over communicate our expectations, over communicate that we're available to help, and not to let the virtual environment be a detour, but actually an asset to be us being able to be available for our students. Lastly, feedback is so important. So as we continue to stay in a virtual environment, we are continuously building on our ability to meet the needs that our cohorts need, right? So if you need more co-working space, we were able to implement that space where the classes are actually available just to work during the day and have each other to lean on if problems arise or if anyone has a question. So I believe that this virtual environment has been a setback in that we don't have the people-to-people connection, but we've also been able to implement the best that we can. And so I'm very, very proud to say that we have been able to operate 100% virtually, and that's thanks to an amazing staff and amazing candidates and future candidates like yourself.
All right, thank you so much, Danita, for talking a little bit about our operations and what's the history of Innovate Birmingham, why we're here. So now I'm going to talk a little bit about what makes us special. But first, I kind of want to see some head nods about whether or not you have checked out other tech boot camps in the region, or if this is, shake your head yes or no if you have checked out other boot camps in the region specifically for tech. All right, I saw some yeses. Cool. All right, all right, I also see a no. Great. So we've got a couple of things that set us apart from other boot camps in the region. First of all, you may or may not know, we are completely free to our participants, which is a huge deal. So usually you might be paying $5,000 to $10,000 to get the same training that you can get here. We are full-time, and I'm going to talk about this just a little bit later, but this full-time experience really helps you all kind of engross yourselves in the training. You get to meet other aspiring tech professionals and work together to, upskill yourselves and get yourselves in the tech workforce. And we help you do that as well. We help do that, so not only with technical training, but with professional development training and career development training, employer engagement, which is one of my specific roles. We work really hard to connect with all different kinds of employers in the region, from startups to mid-sized companies to those huge corporations you see in downtown Birmingham skyline. And we really advocate for you all, and we try to prep you with as much professional development training as possible, and really try to stay ahead of what employers want, both in soft skills and in technical skills. We provide demand-driven training, and that also really sets us apart. Lots of other boot camps kind of stick with what they've always done and don't really interact with the workforce and workforce initiatives as much as we do. So I'm gonna toot our horn a little bit there. And another item, we also provide some supportive services to help you be a successful holistic professional and be successful in the program. So let's move on. So students first, that is one of our major principles for our organization. We, as I mentioned earlier, we take a holistic approach to how we educate our participants, and our goal is to produce a well-rounded talent pool that can contribute to our tech workforce, because our tech ecosystem is expanding immensely. We started in 2017, and we've already, other entrepreneurs are coming into Birmingham. Birmingham is on the map, and we are here to help fill that talent gap. And we're trying to close those tech talent gaps for anybody that may have barriers into the workforce. So that's why our program is free. And we offer some of those other services like professional development, career development, and supportive services. And we work really closely with tech councils and the tech industry, as well as workforce development partners and other nonprofit organizations, to make sure we are plugged in. And professional development, as I mentioned earlier, is at the core of our strategies. And we want you guys to be able to get the job done technically, but also be an effective team member and eventually move on up and be promoted and build up your talent as much as possible. And we will, so one thing to note, you are not, we engage with employer partners as much as possible, and we are your big advocate. But I do want to make sure you all know that it is not totally determined that you will have a job right out of this. It is also up to you to work really hard and be proactive in your job search. So we are here to help that, but I wanted to go ahead and set that standard for you all. So here's a couple, this is just an example of some of the folks that have gone through our program and been hired. So just take a look at all these different faces and ages. They all come from different backgrounds, but they have one thing in common. They are aspiring tech professionals, and they worked really hard at Innovate Birmingham and are now in the workforce. So this could be your face. We have served 704 aspiring